Call halal, Yahweh Hashem, Yoshai Hashem, Rukakdash, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, as well as honor to the men under the elder apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to the elect and those who hope to be of that number. Man's fatal heart attack, likely unlinked to Candyfloss he took 2 hours before. We share the grief of the family, Health Ministry Director General Chesney Levy said. So they're already at it with the deception, with the damage control and the deception, saying his death was just likely due to the vaccine. The reason for his death was the vaccine. They're saying no, it's not. It's probably his underlying health conditions, because I read elsewhere that he had underlying health conditions. But this is just me. I don't think he would have died if he didn't take the vaccine. He may have not died. He would have not died. Most likely, he would have not died of, his health conditions that same day and that same time. A 75-year-old from Beit Cheyenne. So this is a man living in the Holy Land, most likely an Amalekite. So it would be an Edomite. A 75-year-old from Beit Cheyenne died of an heart attack about 2 hours after being maxed against the virus on Monday morning, the health ministry reported. The man had pre-existing conditions and had suffered from heart attacks in the past, it said. Yeah, but 2 hours after he's taken the jab, with all those, it being a work of sorcery and the things inside the jab, sure, it's just his pre-existing conditions, right? Health Ministry Director General Chesney Levy has launched an investigation into this incident. We share the grief of the family, he said in a statement. According to reports, the man was jabbed at around 8:30 a.m. at Clay Health Services Clinic. He stayed at the facility as is customary for a short period of time to ensure he had no side effects. The side effect was death. When he felt well, the clinic released him. The initial findings do not show a link between the man's death and his vaccination, Levy said. PISA presented its safety data to the US FDA. In early December, it was found that 2 trial participants had died after receiving max. One of the deceased was immunocompromised, meaning the person's immune defenses were low. In response to the report of those deaths, Israel's Mid'at Association said when vaccines are administered to at-risk populations, there may be unfortunate cases. One should not infer from this about the vaccine, but welcome the transparency required from the pharma companies in the drug approval process. In large trials of tens of thousands of people, death can happen without any connection to the trial. But companies such as PISA are required to report those deaths. Mid'at said at the time, these companies are corrupt. They're not going to tell you the 100% truth. They're going to hide a lot of stuff and sugarcoat the results. According to the published data, 6 of the participants in the experiment died, 2 of whom received the max, and 4 of the control group, said Uri Lerner, Mid'at's scientific director. After an in-depth examination, no connection was found between the experiment and the cause of death. And then we'll just read the last paragraph of the article. Israel hopes to vaccinate as many as 150,000 people per day. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Saturday night, is successful, 2.25 million Israelis will be jabbed within a month and a half. Let's see some of these comments. Someone said, Shuni said, get used to every side effect being covered up or explained away as nothing, quote, nothing to see here, unquote, pretty much for our typical Candyfloss significant side effects. This man literally died 2 hours after getting it. But they're saying, oh, it's his underlying health conditions. Yeah, he may have had it, but 2 hours right after he took something, really? Something that was supposedly 95% safe and effective. You know what they say about the crown deaths. The crown deaths, it could be, you could die of anything, a car crash, you could die of, you may have naturally died of old age. You might have died of, some form of cancer. They would say it's Crown Royal. The death is Crown Royal. That's what they would do. But when it's the vaccine that's that's the reason for your death, they say no, it's not the vaccine. It's an underlying health condition. It's the disease. It's something else. They were immunocompromised, meaning their immune systems, their immune defense was low. Sirach 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is evil to himself. You see, he's jabbing his own people with this poison, and his own people are dropping dead a little short time after taking it. To whom will he be good? If he's not good to his own people, how much more is he not going to be good to those that are not of his people, especially you Israelites? He hates you guys the most, you blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and of course you got those like on the speckled bird and the Israelite foreigners. He hates you guys. And this just also links to what the scriptures say in Ecclesiasticus 12:10. You could read 12:13, or even just 12:10 on down. Sirach 12:10, just another case of Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Never trust thine enemy, Esau Edom, so-called white man, that's your chief enemy. For like as iron rusteth inevitably, meaning impossible to avoid due to the process of oxidation, so is his wickedness, so is Esau Edom's wickedness. It comes through inevitably, possible to avoid. You will see that he is the devil, the deceiver, the tricker that the Bible speaks of, that he is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Though he humble himself, this is verse 11, Sirach 12:11, and go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him. Guard up, and thou shalt be unto him, as if thou wipest the looking glass. When you wipe a looking glass, you wipe it to get rid of whatever stains on it. With Esau, you say he's the looking glass you're trying to wipe. That stain being his wickedness, the wickedness is going to be there, and you'll never be able to wipe it off. And thou shalt know that his wickedness hath not been altogether wiped away. Yeah, because he was made to be the wicked. And Isaiah 26:10 tells you, let favor be shown unto wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. He can't learn righteousness. And Psalms 50:16, unto the wicked he said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, seeing thou hate the instructions? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, hates the instructions of the God of the Bible. He hates the law, statutes, commandments that the Most High, he gave to the children of Israel by the hand of Moses. He hates those instructions, and he says, in God we trust, we're a Christian country, and all that stuff here and there. But he believes in the Bible, but he doesn't follow the instructions in the Bible, the instructions of the God of the Bible. He hates them. And of course, salvation is far from Esau Edom, and only the Israelites can get saved. Say him not by thee, this is Sirach 12:12. Say him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him say at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And he took our seat. He took our seat of rulership. He's in the Holy Land, saying that he's us and all that. Identity theft. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. You're going to have people, people in this truth, or people may have come, Israelites in this truth, and Israelites who may not be in this truth but heard of it, heard what the prophet said, verily their sound's gone throughout the earth, Romans 10:18, and they're going to be pricked with the words that Yahweh Hashem Yahshua spoke through his men, the prophets, to not take this job, to not trust your dad, Esau Edom, that this is sorcery, that if, we ought to obey the Most High, the man, this is according to the flesh. According to the flesh, if you break that, you're breaking the law, and sin is breaking up the law. So you commit sin if you're doing this. And then this can call off your God gene, your VMAT 2, spiritual connection to Yahweh Shema Shai, and the fact that there's unclean and abominable things inside these vaccines, and the sort of things you can suffer from taking the vaccine is simply not worth it, and it's just not right with all them scriptures considered. To work of sorcery, Antipater, whoever he is in the reincarnation in this generation, would be against the jabs, because that is medical sorcery, that's pharmakia. And Antipater, a faithful martyr of Lord Yahushua, he was speaking against pharmakia. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Who's going to pity anyone who's bitten? Who's going to pity you Israelites that go to Esau to get jabbed? You get bit by the serpent, Esau Edom, by taking one of his jabs, by taking his jab, his poison. The serpent in his teeth may have poison on his fangs, it may have poison. And the vaccines, pharmakia, poisoning, the use or administration of drugs, medicine, sorcery, that's what it is. And this vaccine, for sure, is a poison. And who will pity a charmer? As in, you Israelites are really, ultimately, you Israelites are the charmer. Who is going to pity Israelites that have been bitten? Well, why are you taking the vaccine with a serpent, Esau Edom, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Because these serpents and wild beasts are dangerous, and you shouldn't come close to them. You shouldn't let them get around you, because they're going to end up harming you. Esau Edom, if you let him get close to you, if you get close to him, take his jab, he's going to harm you, and no one's going to feel sorry for you, because you were warned to not go and take this abomination, to not take this work of sorcery. And check this out. This is Esau Edom all day. Sirach 12:16. An enemy. Remember, Esau is our enemy. What? Our chief enemy. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth, in his mind he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Take these words instill these words into your mind. Esau's not good to his own people. They're dying of the poison themselves. This video may be taken down. My main channel's got 2 strikes, so I may need to create another channel. My Daily Motion account got deactivated. Esau is working overtime. I'm gonna leave it there. Hopefully this video was edifying. Until next time, Shalom.